Awesome. So my name's Aaron Anderson. I'm Vice President of Sales, and I've been with TRICANNA for almost a year. Been Vice President of Sales for over 5 years, and this is, my journey. Well, primarily we're focused right now in British Columbia as we're a smaller producer at this time. And so my best-selling product, I happen to be wearing it. It's FAFO, Fuck Around and Find Out. This is a micro partner of ours that grows some of the best fire in town. It's produced in Port Coquitlam in the Tri-Cities there. A couple of really, passionate young individuals who hand water every single plant. They connect with every single plant at that level, and their product really produces some of the most trichome dense, aromatic plant products possible. My vision for the future of the cannabis industry. Well, first and foremost, we need to learn to be a tad patient. We're literally, it's like, 7 years in now? So we had a drop last week of a bunch of really awesome upgrades to our regulatory framework, which of course won't come into effect till next year, but it's an evolution. So where I see it going, it's going to continue to evolve. We're going to continue to capture the hearts and minds of more people. We're going to see, broader, better, sales and marketing tactics. But we're also going to see, a churn under the hood as it relates to, more and more licenses come online every Friday. And so trying to find where our place is in the market, there's going to be a continue, motion around that. The exciting thing is it's still new and fresh. So every year there seems to be a new top 10, which should be opportunistic for anybody who wants to understand how to get themselves out there and how to do better. And it's not too late. And the market is just going to continue to evolve. And so where do we see ourselves? I'm a standalone processor, so I don't do well if you're not doing well. My goal is to work with as many partners as possible. And if I lean into my legacy roots, I once upon a time used to be a broker to some capacity. So I'm used to working with others in order to meet a common goal. So instead of trying to be vertically integrated, it makes more sense to work with people that fit a piece of my puzzle. Well, so I take a mildly different approach to that in the sense of I'm very data centric, and because of that, I'm kind of my own enemy because I'm a geek for numbers. And so when I look at what ultra premium does in sell through and market share, it's actually really small and it's really competitive. So instead, I try to take a step back, and instead I empower myself to look at products through a good, better, best lens. And no disrespect to growers and their products, but if I look at different metrics from age to bud structure to aromas to look and feel to moisture and all the different KPIs that you would consider necessary for a premium product, I can tell you that I can sell anything at any price if my partner is willing to work with me. And therefore, long story short, I actually see more value in the mid-tier than the top tier, because ultimately there's a better run rate at the mid-tier than the absolute top tier. And when you do the top tier, the problem with it is the customer is not loyal. They're always trying all the new ones. And so what that does is you're hot for a month or two and then you drop, and it's hard to stay up there. But the mid-tier just coasts. And so ultimately, once you realize, yes, you're going to take a little less per gram, but you're still profitable, we're going to sell 3-4 times more volume. And so I love that mid-tier. Well, once upon a time, I joined forces with a Kuwaiti billionaire, and he had a dream of building one of Canada's largest cannabis companies, and at that time we didn't have a single license, and selfishly one of those locations that he had acquired was a company that I worked for, which was my first company, and that company lost its license 3 weeks before legalization due to some tomfoolery on their part. I lost my money, I lost my family money. And so this billionaire gifted me the opportunity to give back that very asset to me to then bring it to market, along with obviously other things that a billionaire can afford. And over the course of 4 years, I was able to build one of Canada's biggest brands and companies to market, which is something I've never done before. And our third year, we did 64 million, and our fourth year, we did 100 million. And now, I'm back with the normal people.
Nice. Oh, that's good. You hit the top and you come back down.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, it comes with different stresses, but it was an accomplishment that, at one point, we were doing about 1,500 kilos a month, which, it's a little gangster to be able to sell 1,500 kilos a month. So that felt good. So innovation is absolutely important. So ultimately, what role does it play? I mean, it's an ongoing science. When the customers see something that came to market that's fresh and new, they think it came out now. It's something we've been working on for 9, 12 months. It plays a key role in staying ahead. It can be as simple as new genetics, but it also can be creative new formats or new styles of hardware for vapes, or it can be, different types of infused pre-rolls, etc. So there's lots of ways to innovate, but if you're not innovating, you will die. So you have to continue to try. So knowledge sharing is absolutely critical because this is a complicated space, and unfortunately, most of us don't take the time to read all the rules and the regulations, and they're beyond the Cannabis Act. You got the Cannabis Act, you got the provincial laws, you got the municipal laws, you got the retail handbook, you've got a marketing license that you might need in said province, and you've got different sampling rules in all of the other provinces. So it's a fucking shit ton of reading. And I actually printed it all out because I'm an old school person. I like to go with a highlighter and take notes. And so I printed it out, a stack like this. And so long story short, I did that for myself to educate myself and understand what's going on. I use that to inform other people to help them get bigger and better, because ultimately, if they don't understand it, in a retail store, if I'm the only good product, we don't have an industry. I need competition. I actually do need competition. We need a lot of good products, because why? We need people to actually come and shop in the stores and be wowed by all the amazing options they have, not all the boring shit they've got. So ultimately, knowledge sharing is important because, you want to empower those around you. So long story short, without deep diving, I've definitely had a hand in quite a few key players out there that, I helped them do many things. I helped, Nextleaf take a different direction in their early days. I helped Joint Venture make a few key decisions that changed the world for them. I've helped a lot of retailers with different perspectives. And just, not trying to say I do everything or know everything, but, I'm really passionate about this industry, and I'm passionate about sharing information. And if I can right size a problem you're about to make with simple information, you'll save so much time. Fuck you and your COA. I mean, gee, how come all the potency is over 28%, no matter what the fuck it is? I'm not advocating for proper lab testing. Don't get me wrong. I actually think that whole Pandora's box needs to just be outed completely. Because let me put it this way. How come I can smoke an 80%, 86% vape and get as high as a 22% joint, but theoretically I'm supposed to care whether or not flower is 22 or 28 because maybe it'll make me more inebriated, yet the 86% vape will wear off faster than the 22% joint. So why am I caring about a 22, 24, 26, whatever? Like, that stupid number on a bag is unfortunately creating really bad consumer behavior that's creating more challenges. And then somebody goes and grows, there's something so amazing, and it's 23%, but it's beautiful, it's bud structure, the aroma, all that shit, and I can't pay you more than 85 cents because nobody will take it. So all because of that fucking COA. So I would like to kill the COA as it relates to potency. I do believe in it as it relates to pesticides, molds, contaminations, all those things. That stuff, we can keep that, but I'd love to throw potency off the label. I would not stay ahead of the changes. I would evolve with them. If you invest ahead of them, you will be destroyed because ultimately you're assuming that the United States is going to legalize it on X when it's actually going to be Y. So I would take a more chill approach. There is already a global market, so enjoy it while it exists. It's going to continue to change, so evolve with it. But if you try to predict ahead of it and make investments, you're making a high risk, high stakes investment that can be changed at a stroke of a pen. I would wait for that pen to dry and then make a decision on what your next move is. Because everything you do takes years to get there, and by the time you finish, you're living in a new now. And so, my advice would be don't get ahead of the regs, stay behind them.